The crowds filled the grandstands despite the weather, although raincoats and umbrellas were the order of the day.
The track had started to dry come 2 o'clock, making tyre selection difficult. Gerhard Berger's eagerness got the better of him. He jumped the start, for which he was later penalised a full minute. No one else tried an impetuous move as the cars drew away. The front two followed by Nannini and Prost, then Jean Alesi, followed closely by Nelson Piquet, Boutsen for Williams, and then Mansell. But Pierluigi Martini's race in the Minardi came to an early end as he spun out, although no such misfortune for Senna, who had a comfortable lead over Berger, who'd been docked a minute. Nannini and Alesi were both making light of the awkward wet and dry conditions.
Senna was finding the track more dry than wet before too long, so he gambled on a pit stop to switch from wet to slick tyres. Despite the skill of the McLaren pit crew, they were never going to complete the change before Nannini cleared the pit lane exit to take the lead. Benetton driver was looking for his first win since Japan last year. Once out again, Senna had no objection to letting his teammate pass. After all, Gerhard was a full minute behind thanks to the stewards. But the young Italian's advantage wasn't to last long. He'd fallen foul of a gopher on the track, the result a flat tyre and a damaged front wing. In the melee behind him, Jean Alesi had been in the wars too, colliding with Boutsen, and he needed a new nose cone.
Since his wins in the rain here and in Adelaide, Thierry Boutsen had gained a reputation as a rainmaster. But it was a rookie's mistake which saw him spin past Prost as he tried to overtake off the line, and then he collided with the innocent Nicola Larini. Nannini then fell foul of a wet spot on the track. The result, one very mangled Benetton in the tyre wall. But much worse was to befall Jean Alesi as he joined the Montreal stunt team. He completely lost control of the Tyrrell on the treacherous surface and helplessly slithered towards the same tyre wall that Nannini's Benetton was enmeshed in. Alesi then used the Benetton as a ladder to his perch on the top of the tyre pile. The Benetton B190 Ford was written off, leaving the team's mechanics with a massive rebuild to perform before Mexico. Meanwhile, Nelson Piquet had been battling hard with Prost for second place. His persistence paid off, and on lap 49 he got the better of the Frenchman. Prost's problems didn't end there, because his teammate Mansell was on the way with one of his characteristic charges.
The champion's fears were realised soon afterwards as Mansell got the better of him and set off in pursuit of Piquet. But none of this affected the man in front. It had been another textbook drive from Senna and another valuable win in his bid to regain the title he thought had been stolen from him the year before. So Senna the winner, from Piquet in the Benetton, and third Mansell for Ferrari. Gerhard Berger was fourth despite his 1-minute penalty, Alain Prost fifth, and Derek Warwick sixth for Lotus.
Yeah, I think it was difficult for everybody. The conditions were just quite slippery to start with wet tires, and then when we changed to slick tires, the circuit is not completely dry and you must stay on the line, because if you go a little bit offline you have a problem. To overtake other cars you have also a big problem, because you must stay on line. It was very dirty offline. So it was a very tough race for everybody, I'm sure.